Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tingling Tea, where we spill the tea on the strange and the supernatural, the weird and the wonderful, the creepy and the cryptid, and all that is phenomenally freaky. With me this evening is my co host, and I have two. I would like to introduce Miss Annebelle Chimpton.
Hey,
Hello,
Les.
Annabelle. And without further ado, we'd like to also introduce Mr. August Eddie Peterson.
Yo, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. What was that
Hey.
intro? I'm so excited.
I know.
know,
I didn't
right?
get the MO about that.
I
That
know
was
you weren't supposed
amazing.
to. You
I'm
weren't
s-
supposed to.
I'm so excited about that. What an amazing job you did.
Thank you.
You're
That's why we're late
welcome.
today.
I love it. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
I
Thank
mean, look,
you.
if Santa brings me a new laptop, we'll have a more flashier video when that time comes.
I'll have a talk with Santa. I'll have a talk with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Thank you, please.
You're welcome.
I want about a 2,000 jammy,
All right.
$2,000 jammy. Yes,
How
yes.
good were you this year?
I
Were you
was
good this
very
year?
good. I was very good.
Are you
I don't.
sure?
Santa may say something differently, but I think I was very good.
All
That's
right.
what they all say.
Yeah. Well, I just hope Krampus doesn't come and get me, or Krampus doesn't come and get me. That's what I hope.
Is it Krampus or
It's
Krampus?
Krampus.
It's Krampus.
It's Krampus.
It's definitely
Hello?
not Crumpus. I think that's a dance.
Krampus sounds like
Krampus
something
is
I
what
order at
Krampus is
a
what you eat
bakery.
with tea.
That's right.
Tea
Yeah.
and Krampus.
I'll take one Crumpus.
I'll take my tea and Krampus.
Yes, definitely.
And my bag of coal and
Yes, yes, definitely. And the
Look-
tongue lashing, because remember his tongue is very long too. You're gonna get a
Ugh.
tongue lashing with it.
Ooh,
Yes,
yeah.
it's disgusting.
Yikes.
So anyway, you all, I am just really excited to see you all. We have one more week before we go on Christmas vacation.
Very exciting. Very
Yes.
exciting. This has
Yeah.
been such a tremendous year, and I'm really thrilled that we actually got together and created this year. This was the highlight of my year, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, despite the fact that it was 2020, a lot of you can look at it from a different perspective. A lot of things came out of 2020 from a creative perspective, and then a lot of bad things happened.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it has been a tough year for everybody. But out of that, you got squeezed into doing streaming.
This-
Cajoled.
This
We were
is like
cajoled.
it's us accepting the horrors of 2020 and becoming them.
Embracing them,
exactly.
totally.
Exactly. So
Trying
We
to
are-
make sense of it all.
We are
continue
darkness.
into 2022.
Oh, yes.
We'll
That's
continue
right.
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe we'll be more in the field kind of stuff.
I'm really looking forward to that. I think we need to do some live broadcasts from certain locations that will be, what's our intro? Cryptid and
Cryptid,
fabulously freaky,
strange, supernatural, phenomenally freaky.
phenomenally
Almost got it tonight.
freaky.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I was thinking, uh-oh, she's not reading it tonight. Let's see how this goes.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I know what it is. I wrote it. But the thing is that because I'm so like all over the place right now, I just can't think. I just need a woosah moment.
Well,
Yeah,
take
that's
that
what it is.
moment. Take
Yeah.
that moment.
Well, I can't take it right now because it'll be longer than this episode.
Oh, okay.
So,
Take it right after we're done.
I think I will. Anyway, tonight we were going to highlight some things that we love mostly. All of us are very big gamers, and specifically from the horror, survival horror genre. So we wanted to highlight some of the games that we absolutely love to play. But right now, one game that we wanted to highlight that's been out right now is the new Cyberpunk 2077 game. Yes. So
Just released, right?
Just
released
released.
2
I
days
know that
ago.
Annabelle is playing it.
Yes, I
Right?
have gotten probably like 10 to 12 hours since this game came out on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Really?
Yes, I have been playing it nonstop, and it's an incredible game. It's everything you want. It's got people with implants that are horrifying. It's an open world. It's
Wait,
dystopian.
people have implants?
Yeah, cybernetic implants that make them look
Oh.
like not even human.
Oh, not like just
So,
implants, the way we talk about implants today.
so
These
people
are
use implants in this just to function or just to be whatever they want to be. Is it lawless?
It's a little lawless. You know, some of them are like military grade. Some are aesthetic, as
Ooh,
you saw right there, and
yeah.
it's amazing. I am so enthralled with this game. I cannot stop playing it.
how long do you
Oh
think
my
it's going to be
goodness.
before they make the movie?
I don't know. I mean, these are the same people that made the Witcher games, and they've already made it to a Netflix show. So maybe
Um,
5 to 7 years.
Oh,
oh, by the way, I need to say hello to Jabo and Mia. Hey, Jabo and
Hey, thanks
Mia.
for tuning in.
Thanks for
hey.
tuning.
Thank you all for coming in.
And I will say there's quite a few famous people, including one that plays a very prominent role in the game, Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Clutch the
Keanu
pearl.
Reeves.
Are you serious?
Yep, he plays a major character. So that's why you should play this game, if for nothing else, if it's not for the aesthetic. But
That alone will get an enormous amount of people
yeah,
buying this game.
Uh,
Just that knowledge.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, you got to hand it to him.
Oh, I used to have a friend that was so enthralled with Keanu Reeves that we have. I worked with her and we like wallpapered her cubicle at work with pictures of Keanu Reeves. We used to send her, we used to send her notes from Keanu Reeves. It was pretty amusing.
That
She
must
was
have
really
really made her
obsessed.
day. She was obsessed. Wow.
this game is so much fun, and it's amazing. There's so much polish in it, and oh, okay, let me take that back. There's some day one bugs, but gameplay and feel wise, I'd say there's a lot of polish.
Now, are you
So
playing this on PC or are you playing it on a system?
I'm
Oh, check
playing
that
this
out.
on computer, so I'm on PC. I've heard the console versions might not quite be the way to play yet until they patch them up a bit more, but it's been running fine for me on my pretty buffed up PC. So I'm flying high with it, but not everyone's having the same experience.
Wow. Wow.
Lois
This
Boy is
graphics
saying,
are gorgeous.
aren't they gorgeous? Lois Boy is saying, my man Annabelle, green or purple grapes?
Green or purple grapes?
Any idea what that means? I always go with purple grapes, just me.
I don't know if I
Grapes
remember
have seeds.
choosing between my color grapes, but I probably would have ended up choosing purple when I got to that.
Annabelle, I have a question for you. So we're seeing some amazing graphics, but I think we're looking at the trailer, right?
Yes.
Okay, so many times we look at the trailer, we see these incredible graphics, and then we get into the
Oh, there's
gameplay.
Keanu. You
Back it
missing?
up. The
Pause on Keanu. Oh yeah,
There
there you go.
That's him. That's him. That's him.
So my
wait,
experience
I could see him sort of.
the game looks like this for me, but I'm playing on ultra settings.
Oh, I see.
So all
So
of
at
my
least,
stuff turned all the way up.
so it's not like there's an amazing trailer and then you go into the gameplay and you're like, oh, it's not like this. There's the actual gameplay looks like what we're looking
This
at
is
right
pretty
now.
representative, I would say.
That's great.
That looks gorgeous.
All right, enough Keanu. Let's keep going on this trailer.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh, pause.
We don't have enough time for this.
I would say, like this might not be in the same sense of a lot of the other horror games we talk about, but I think
Yeah.
cyberpunk is inherently kind of a horror sci-fi genre. just,
I love it.
unfettered capitalism, cybernetic mods that make you almost not even human and kind of horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything you want to love about the aesthetic.
Wow, the world that they've created is amazing.
It is so amazing.
Did I just see a rock band?
You might have seen a rock band.
I just love the different outfits that you choose from, and the different, like, you can even choose the scars on your face. It's just crazy.
There's a photo mode in it that I've been spending probably a lot of my time recently, just taking photos and poses of my characters.
It's important to look good. It's important to look good at these things.
Well, you want to look cool, right? Everyone wants to look cool.
I love it. So maybe Santa will get that for me for Christmas.
Oh, Santa's going to be busy this season before
Along with my new gaming PC.
And your new VR headset.
I thought you wanted this just to enhance our video quality, no?
Well, a gaming PC can do both. You need the graphic cards to do the video editing as well. I was debating between getting on the Mac and just a regular, like an Alienware PC.
I love Alienware. I love the way they look.
I do too. And I've been wanting one for a real long time. So I think that's what I'm going to end up getting. You hear that, Santa?
Wait, let me text him. I'll make sure he hears you.
Dear Santa, I want the gamer laptop.
Heads up, Santa.
So what is one of our other favorite games that we played that is like of the horror genre?
Well, actually, why don't we rewind? We just watched something that was just released 2 days ago. Why don't we go all the way back to like our first experiences? Because Annebelle, I think you have an experience of something that is like from 1994. 4? Oh, this is fun.
It's not older than me.
It's not
barely.
older than you?
Oh, it's definitely older than I am. Definitely.
So we just saw Cyberpunk today.
Did I see Grace Jones?
Yeah, you saw Grace Jones.
There's some other names here.
This is Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. It released on a couple systems, but I actually own it for the 3DO.
I know whether you've been good or bad. I'm Mr. Beautiful. I'm Hell.
Dennis Hopper. I miss him.
I do too.
This game is so amazing. So the 3DO, actually, if anyone here is not familiar with the console, it was probably a console way ahead of its time because a lot of its games incorporated these full motion video like scenes and aesthetics into them, which ended up just making everything look mega wacky.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I was sick this past fall and feverish, I bought this game off eBay for my 3DO.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I actually have my long box case.
Ooh.
Hell.
So you're saying that you actually have the system?
Yeah, I have a 3DO. 3DO is my favorite system to collect for because of how weird the games on it are.
I love these graphics. They're hilarious.
It's so funny. And the music that you're hearing right now happens the entire game, and it does not feel. Yeah, you got it.
The music does not stop.
No, it pretty much stays flatline like this the entire game. I never got to a point where it changed.
That is like, what, 2 measures that it's on repeat?
Yeah.
That's about what it feels like.
Wow. So what was this game rated when it came out?
Oh, let's just check the box.
Okay.
17, yeah, for sure. Because there's a lot of adult themes.
Uh-huh.
So I guess this was before they even...
I thought I did see somebody's naked behind just a few minutes ago. I thought it was my imagination.
I thought it was a stick.
It's hard to tell what it was. The polygons, right?
What could that be?
So this was before they rated them M. This just has the number 17 for the rating on it.
Oh, really? This is before M.
Yeah, the 3DO, it's...
NC-17? or just
It
17?
just has a warning sign that says 17 on it, and it does not say NC-17.
Hash says it was a pixel butt.
I don't know that was a butt. That was more like a box. It was just like.
It was definitely a square one.
That was my impression of the graphics.
I will say, while this game is like a fun one to play, the actual gameplay and mechanics have not aged magnificently. So if you want to have like a couple wacky scenes and see like a 5-box Grace Jones character, then it's definitely worth the play.
I would definitely play this. I love cheese. I will play cheesy games all day long, but I don't know if I can take the music. I might have to put it on mute.
We took turns playing it, and then I think we eventually muted it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that music will drive you crazy. Imagine, is that the soundtrack for hell? That's all you're going to hear is
I
that
think-
music
It had
everywhere?
to be like storage restraints, right? Because they were putting all these actual like videos of people in it. They probably ran out of space to have anything better.
Yeah, that budget, because you got Dennis Hopper and you've got Grace Jones. And I imagine that probably cost them a lot of money to have them do voiceovers.
And Stephanie Seymour. Let's not forget Stephanie Seymour is in this as well.
Wait, who is Stephanie Seymour? Am I missing something?
I have no idea.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Jane Seymour.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And don't forget,
I was thinking like that Dr.
Stephanie
Medicine
Seymour.
woman.
Jane Seymour.
Jane
And you know
Seymour.
what? Coming out of left field with Stephanie.
I'm just gonna drink my tea and let you guys talk.
I kind of was like, I don't know that actress' name. Stephanie Seymour?
All right, I have to IMDb her now. Let's see what Stephanie's
it
doing.
looks like we've got Ash saying she's a model for Sports Illustrated.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So she is famous.
He would know that.
Actually, I think I know the character. I think she's one of the like, you have these horrible graphics, but then they have this like fully like real person scene animated into it next to it. And it's a very stark contrast because your character is like 5 polygons and then you have this full body actual person talking to you.
So now, is that one of the first games that you played that started you off with your horror genre?
No, this is a game I played more recently, but I think it is one of the earliest games I've played in the horror genre, like in terms of when it was made.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
it was one that when I saw I was immediately attracted to because I'm like, the aesthetic of that looks incredible.
It's very cyberpunk.
That's very interesting. That
And
is
the
very
3DO has a lot of titles that are kind of in that same realm that maybe one day we can dive more into because I have some more from my collection. But this one is definitely the best horror one.
that I don't know what it is. I think there's a lot of independent creators that did the 3DO.
Yeah,
So
it was a
what
weird
happened to
system.
those people?
I don't know.
Definitely. Do we have a picture of Stephanie Seymour so I can see what she looks like? Let me see if I can pull up a picture of her.
I'm sorry, she didn't respond to my interview request for the show tonight.
This whole show is now going to be about Stephanie. Good old Stephanie.
Oh, I know who this is.
Oh yeah, that's who I was talking about at the beginning. That's who I meant.
Or don't even try to clean that up. You know good well that you did not know that this was the Stephanie Seymour that you're talking about.
The one, the only.
If it was
The one
Sports
and only
Illustrated, then
Seymour. Let me see if I
I'm
can share my
useless.
screen. You see that?
No.
Okay. Hash.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
That's
recognize her.
her. Yes.
She's pretty.
Yes. That's Stephanie Seymour.
Wow.
I remember
Okay.
her. She was very big in the 80s. Very pretty.
She is. Look at her go.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. Look at these
So that's Stephanie
outfits.
Seymour.
Yeah.
Well,
Fast forward.
okay.
Okay.
But you can see, we obviously don't attend fashion shows because sometimes they're clothing.
I don't know about you. This is couture right here that I wear every night.
Yeah, I'm wearing Louis Vuitton right now.
She's not even going to reply to me. So, all right. So, what do you think is next? What should we do next?
Well, let's see.
We can do either Resident Evil.
Let's do Resident Evil.
What's that? I've never heard of it.
Ha ha.
Oh.
Not enough marketing budget for
And this
Annabelle.
is the truth. Annabelle has never played anything from the Resident Evil franchise.
I've watched a lot of the movies, but
Oh, me too. I love the movies.
So the movies that have nothing to do with the So wait. Is this the original trailer?
This is the original trailer to Resident Evil with real actors.
She don't speak no Japanese. Oh my goodness.
That was awesome. Look at his hair.
Oh. Well,
I like how it's not the
so is that Jill?
oh my god, I love this so much.
I love that like unnecessary close up because
Yeah.
if you were to pull back, it would obviously be horrible.
Her outfit is giving me like life right now.
But that's Jill's outfit. That's her original outfit.
The beret. It's the beret.
Chris Redfield.
Look at him.
Yep, Jill Valentine, my girl.
Jill.
Go ahead, girl.
Mary Burton.
He always
love
does
this.
it.
I love this voiceover.
Rebecca
Chambers.
Whatever happened to Rebecca?
She died.
Oh, Becky.
Albert Wesker.
And he's the
Albert
bad guy.
Oh wow, yeah, he's
Look at
cool.
that.
That's a cool guy.
Yeah,
Resident Evil.
he's real bad. But he is tailored to the T. His clothes are always tailored. And that's the type that's coming across the screen right now is like when you go into the save mode,
What is this?
which you're watching right now.
Wow.
Oh,
It's a-
really?
What a
Save it.
mansion.
Yeah, it comes across telling you that you're saving. So if you don't know the premise of the story, and I guess we're going to have to explain it for Annabelle,
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to explain it.
there is a
Stop it.
corporation called the
open
Umbrella
that door.
Corporation that was experimenting on some type of germ
What is
warfare.
it?
But this germ warfare actually turned people into zombies.
Now, Jill.
And the Umbrella
Can you go?
Corporation
I'm
was
going
near a
with
place
you.
called Raccoon
Chris is our
City.
old partner, you know.
So of course everybody
Okay,
now is infected
Let
at
me
Raccoon
handle
City.
this.
And you have these people from this group called the STARS group, which is an elite group of
Stay
I guess a
alert.
police force, kind of similar to a SWAT force, that have been trying to fight off this zombie virus and the people that are infected. Unfortunately, they experience a demise, and so you have Jill Valentine coming there looking for her brother, and then she hooks up with a guy named Chris Redfield. So these are the two characters that you're going to be following in the first trailer.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that first scene when you were in the dining room, having to figure everything out. You know, Mia just told us on Facebook. I got to the end of Resident Evil and there was a glitch and I lost everything.
Oh,
Can we put an F in chat?
And she said she never played it again. I don't think I would have played it again either.
I get it. I would have quit. I would have quit.
Because the skill checks were so hard. The skill checks were horrible. Especially
think-
when you played the first two games. You play all the way up there, and then you would have to save it at a certain place before you knew you were getting ready to meet a boss monster.
You know what? I think that's why I gave up on it. I was like, I ain't got time for this.
Oh,
Really?
it got better though. It definitely got better. It
Yeah.
definitely got better.
Remade
Yeah.
for GameCube.
Yeah, it was remade for GameCube. And only certain titles were remade for GameCube. So Sony still has those items that you can get them on the PS4. You download them, but they've been upgraded. The graphics have been upgraded. And if we can, Hash, can you find the upgraded hashes, the updated version of Resident Evil that they just released. So they just released Resident Evil 1 and 2 for the PlayStation.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely try it again just to go through the. Now, there's been a lot of Resident Evil, right, over the years. What
Right.
do you think are the best Resident Evils, or do they get consecutively better and more interesting?
I have my favorites. I have my favorites. Um, my favorite one was Resident Evil, the one with the Resident Evil 2. That was the
Mm.
first game that I ever played. I watched my brother play that game. He played it all day, and then I bought the PlayStation just so that I could play Resident Evil 2. That's where I
Awesome.
started to love the game.
Look
Oh,
at the trailer.
I'm not okay with them not being real people anymore.
Yeah, what happened to those actors?
They're in
What the heck,
movies.
GameCube?
They're in the movies now.
I'm
So
not
that's the
playing that
remake.
one.
Thank you, Hash. Here
I
it
don't
goes.
play.
Go into that one.
I don't play any games that doesn't star Stephanie Seymour. To tell you the truth.
We're somewhat of loyalists here at the Tingling Tea. This does look a lot better graphically wise, though.
I like the really cheesy dog-looking thing.
Oh, you're talking about the liquor?
Ooh. Whatever was on the original trailer with those people chasing them in the.
Oh, I think that might have been the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the dogs get infected.
These look good.
Yeah, I think this is the remade version that's on PlayStation right now.
So if I
Yeah.
were to jump in when play Resident Evil for the first time, where should I start? Should I start with the old graphics or go into the HD remake?
I think you should go into the remake. Because just like Mia said, the fact that she lost all of that material and everything like that, it's just going to be hard. You still have that, you still have to save your game at certain spots in the remake. And that was probably the toughest thing about the Resident Evil franchise. When you first started playing it, it's very difficult. The skill checks are very hard. But they got better. They branched out. They did all kinds of versions, which were really, really, really good. And I don't know, maybe our audience can help us. So there was one that came out that they did not remake, where you got to play several characters. You could play several characters. They were not the original characters from the Resident Evil franchise. But one of the things that I really loved about that is that I could change my female characters' outfits. And they had some badass outfits.
If I can change the outfits, I'm sold.
That's like the only
You can
feature
definitely
Annabelle
do it.
cares about.
If you get to a certain point, you would get certain pieces of garment, and you could change it to some really, like cat suits and stuff like
Serving
that.
high fashion, commando, zombie killer
Definitely,
realness.
definitely. I mean, I think there was even one. There was a maid outfit. Obviously, the game is made for Japanese men. Because the game.
A maid outfit? I don't know. That sounds like American men.
I think
And
that's a universal young male fantasy.
Yes, exactly. There's one that me and my husband play together where we do like all these challenges together. And there's a character that's in it that she's so silly. She's a blonde that has like a Veronica Lake hairdo that goes over her eye. And and all she does is go like that. And her bazisms are really big.
Her bazisms.
Yeah, her bazisms are really
That's
big.
enough for me to like constantly play that character.
I mean, she's got some
I've chosen my character allegiance in games for far less. So that's
Well, I can't think of that character's name right now. I mean, I need to think of it so we can talk about it later, maybe, and play the game live.
It
Yeah, but
reminds me of Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, she definitely looks like that. Her body is banging, but I don't know how she runs with all those bazisms.
yeah. We need to get Jessica Rabbit on the show.
Let's do that. Let's set up an interview.
Maybe
With
Les can pull some strings.
I don't know about that. I might have to ask her husband. Yeah. All right, so Resident Evil. I
Okay.
did ask Crash to pull up something specifically because this is the game that I basically changed everything for me when I started gaming, which
Mhm.
was 1994, 93, actually. Um, when I was still a flight attendant, and
Ooh,
I asked
Doom.
my next door neighbor, I went over to his house, and he was playing this game. And I said, "What is that?" And he says, "It's Doom." So every day after one of my trips, I would go over there and ask him if I could play Doom. And finally, the guy was so sick of me. He said, "I will sell you this laptop. I mean, this computer system and this game for $400." And I bought it for $400, and
Good
that
for
changed my
you.
whole entire life.
And then you became the Doom Slayer.
I became the Doom Slayer. I've always been SistaSlaya.
Oh,
I became that
really?
name along. Yeah, that's always been my name.
Is that does that come from Doom Slayer?
That comes no. SistaSlaya is just actually originally when I started playing on these games, I didn't really have like a name. It was not until the Xbox came out that I was playing Halo that they would always talk about when you were fighting. No, actually, it was when I was playing. Oh, can't think of it. Unreal Tournament. So when you're playing Unreal Tournament, that game, they say Slayer in the game. When you kill somebody, it says Slayer like that. So when I would play, I would set up games with some of my crew from my job, some of the guys from the tech department, and we would set up games on Saturday. I would set up the game on Saturday, and we would play from 8 o'clock in the morning to maybe 6 o'clock at night, all Unreal Tournament on Saturdays. So I changed my name to SistaSlaya then.
You have
Yeah,
been SistaSlaya for a long time.
SistaSlaya.
SistaSlaya.
Yeah, SistaSlaya. It's got to have a little hip hop vibe.
Okay.
Yes, but I've
SistaSlaya.
been a SistaSlaya for a long time. The one and only, the original.
Annabelle, did you ever play Doom?
I have played Doom. I think that the original Doom is a game that everyone should play once.
Yes,
I
definitely.
and I've only played it with other people though. I've only played it in a LAN like multiplayer match.
Yeah.
I have never played Doom. Is it I don't know, the shock. Is it a first person shooter?
First person shooter.
Okay.
But then once you play that, you've got to play the upgraded version, which will scare the bejesus out of you.
Yeah, I played one of maybe it was like the 2016 Doom on
Yes.
my PlayStation, and that one was awesome.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
you're just gunning down demons.
Yep.
And
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
You're in hell. There's a part of that one I remember where you had to go into the room to get an item. And in the middle of the room, you're standing in the room, is a huge pentagram with this item in the middle of the pentagram. And y'all know how I feel about stuff like that, right? And you go into the pentagram to get this item out, and all the lights go out. And then all hell breaks loose,
Oof.
literally. Yes.
All right. So
Very.
Hatch says the best PC game is Quake. Who's played
Quake.
Quake?
Quake. Yes, Quake is
I'm
good
pretty
too.
sure I've played Quake.
Yeah, Quake is
Yeah.
definitely good too. It's in the same genre as Doom. It's
Mhm.
very quick first person shooter type of thing with augmented weapons. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you, Hash, on that one. Quake is very good. And I am someone who loves first person shooters. So
Me too. I love that
definitely.
too.
So what's another game that we can talk about?
So we should harken back to the days of Resident Evil and go to System Shock.
Yes. Y'all.
Now,
Another game I think everyone should play if
Yes.
they've not played it.
Yes.
so we have a
My
trailer, I
all-time
think.
favorite. All-time favorite.
Why is this your all-time favorite?
I think that it was the first time you were put in a sci-fi type of atmosphere
Who are you?
where you were fighting
The
an
computer
alien,
notes can be repaired, but you
and there's isolation there because you're alone and you're the only human there.
have your secrets, and
but this computer has taken over the whole ship, and you don't know if the computer is good or bad.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, it is excellent.
So
Excellent.
you don't know whether to trust the computer or not.
You don't know, but you have to listen to the computer in order to survive getting out of this place.
We've seen your military implant in action.
Yes,
There's a hardware expert up here who can help
very
you
good.
to use
You have a lot of cybernetic beings that are assisting you.
Turkey on morning is being made.
And the voice of this alien that has inhabited the computer, her name is Mother, I believe.
Voiced by Stephanie Seymour.
Yeah, by Stephanie.
Yes,
Seymour.
of
Her name is
course.
Shodan.
Then I'm definitely seeing System Shock.
Yes. So the thing about this one is that this alien creature that has inhabited the ship also has attached itself to the humans of the ship, so that they're all in one symbiotic mind, except you. You're
Except
detached
you.
from the system. Yeah.
And so do you have to escape from the ship or overcome the ship or
Right. So you
kill this
are.
thing?
Yeah, you're a cyborg. You were put on a mission. You get to choose what part of the military you're a part of. You could be psionics, you could be marine, and all of that, depending on what you choose about yourself, is what kind of giftings you have when you go into the game. So psionics means that you could do things with your mind. You could read minds or detect things with your mind. Of course, military means that you could do. Being a marine, you can have you have combat skills.
Sure.
So when you go into it, you do enhance yourself along the way. You do gather. You learn other skill sets, but you go in with a primary skill set.
I think I would really like this game.
This game is creepy in the sense that once you do this, so the character is, and this is a spoiler, the character gets into a spaceship crash. Spaceship crash. When that happens, they give him cybernetic parts. So that's how you can do certain things. So he's a cyborg going to fight this other cyborg, which is the computer, of the ship.
So does he have to escape the ship?
He has to escape the ship.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that really scared me initially when I saw this is that once he wakes up and he's into the ship, they place him in the ship. The first thing that you see is a human being chasing another human being with a shotgun. And this human being is infused with this alien. And it's talking in this monotone voice saying, "The many sings to us."
Wow.
You hear the many. And that's what they say all the time. They're saying that. There's even psionic monkeys in this. They were experimenting on monkeys. So monkeys are shooting psionics out of their brain.
Cool.
And you have to hide from all the cameras in the ship. So you have skill sets that you have to do in order for you to make sure that you make sure the cameras don't see you. So you're sneaking around a lot, because once the camera sees you, it dispatches a bunch of cyborgs to your location.
Oh, interesting. Annebelle, did you play this game?
I played maybe like 3 or 4 hours worth of it, and then I forgot what happened that I stopped playing it, but I remember having a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I mean, it's an older game, but it actually holds up pretty well. It's not one that's aged horribly.
No. And they were actually, there was a fundraiser to upgrade it so that they could bring it back to the PC. I don't know where that stands right now.
I think you can buy it right now on GOG.com.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with that website and you like older games, that's where you have to go to get them, because they take a lot of these older games and make them compatible for modern systems. And other than that, they usually don't upgrade them too much. Mm-hmm. And all the games you buy are DRM free. So you can save them and install them whenever you want in the future.
Okay, you and I are going to have to talk. That's another
Say
Santa
that.
gift. I'm going to do that.
What was that? GOG.com?
GOG.com. It used to stand for goodoldgames.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's just GOG.com now.
What's it
Cool.
stand for now?
I think they just got rid of the good old games part and
It stands for GOG.
GOG.
That's what it stands for.
All right.
Mia is saying that BioShock is pretty good. Now, what is
Yes.
BioShock?
So the interesting thing, Mia, is System Shock was created by a certain group of people that also did Dead Space and BioShock. So they have similar storylines in them. So the first thing I think we can look at is BioShock.
BioShock.
Yes, do we have footage of BioShock?
I think we do.
Yeah.
If we didn't mess Hash up too much, I think we do.
So BioShock is an extremely excellent game.
There it is.
This game is the ending is based on your choices that you make throughout this game. So the storyline is that you have been sent to an underground city to do an investigation. The man that created this underground city is a genius. Unfortunately, something went wrong within the city. And it has a very 1940s Baroque, golden old age feel to it.
Looks like you're underwater, right?
Yeah, you're underwater. You're underwater.
Look at these graphics. I really like them.
So if you look at that, that kind of looks like some of the infrastructure that you see down, like in Manhattan, like in the 40s when it was back in its day.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that architecture, but it's beautiful. Graphics are gorgeous. And it's scary too.
I've only played a little bit of the BioShock games, but I remember them being really fun. I think I got frustrated at one point because I just ran out of ammo and it was too much of a hassle to keep making more ammo to keep going.
Right. So the number one, the first one, you have to fight this thing called the Big Daddy. And you're trying to save these little girls called little sisters. They're little creatures that have been infused with this. I don't know what this thing is that they've been infused with, but they have to harvest this from dead bodies. So you have people that are still running around in this environment who incidentally look like they're from like the 1920s. Their clothing and everything is very 1920s. So
that looks like Art Deco to me, by the way.
Yeah, it is Art Deco. That's Art Deco. And then you have like these characters that are from the 20s that look like flappers and stuff.
Wow. What just came out of this person's arm?
So he just shot himself up with this elixir that either gives him the ability to shoot fire, to shoot ice, to shoot electricity. He has all these abilities in his arm to be able to do when he shoots it in, when he finds these syringes.
Wow. Mia says they self-mutilate.
Yeah, they self-mutilate. Yeah.
It looks like he was shooting like bugs or something.
Well, he can shoot bees too. He can shoot bees.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Yeah. So the thing is that you have to fight these big daddies in order to get the little sisters. The thing is that you could decide if you want to kill the little sister and harvest I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like I don't know what this is called. I forgot what it's called.
Mia, help us.
Yeah. Mia, you know what it's called. You have to harvest whatever they're full of, or you could save them and release them from being under the influence of this particular elixir that they're under the influence of.
So the young person that we saw in the trailer, that's who you were talking about.
Yeah, the little sister.
That's the
but
little sister.
You have to fight you have to fight the big daddy because the big daddy protects the little sister.
And is the big daddy those things
that looks like he has the old fashioned
like
diving equipment on? Yeah. So you have to fight those, and those are hard boss battles. They really are, because those things are very powerful. Now I do have a friend who chose to kill all the little sisters. Of course, I couldn't do it. I couldn't kill the little girls.
Did your friend win?
Yes, he's a man. So he
No,
decides.
did he win? Not is he a man?
Oh, oh. The reason why I said that is because the motherly instinct in me would not let me kill those little girls. But he did it.
Okay.
He did kill them.
And
And
did
his
he
story,
win?
he killed them. You win at the end, but your
Oh.
storyline is different. You
Interesting.
still win. There is no winner and losing. It's just what happens to you when you die at the end because you grow old. What happens to you?
I see.
So the moral of the story is always do good things.
Well, I guess you win if you don't do good things too, right?
Yeah,
You
apparently.
finish the story. You finish the storyline.
You're just old and lonely.
If you kill the little girls, you get all of the gifts that they have. So it helps you along your journey. But if you choose not to kill them, it's a little bit more of a struggle for you. But your outcome, uh, your karma at the end is better.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, very good game though.
So you're incented to do the right thing.
Yes. I would say that. That's up to you when you play the game, what you choose to do. I just
And
couldn't
if
do it.
you're a man, forget it.
I mean, if a man has daughters, he would consider, I don't want to do that. But this gentleman that was playing it, my friend who was playing it, doesn't have any kids.
Oh, I
And so
see.
he just decided he was going to play the alternate version. And he told me his ending was a lot more horrific than mine.
Well, he had a more horrific gameplay.
Yeah.
So you said the same company made this that made Dead Space? Because I know you and I have talked about Dead Space before, and you were telling me how horrific Dead Space was.
Yes. So they kind of still have the same feel to them. Definitely the isolation, definitely some type of sci-fi feel to it. Dead Space
Dead Space was too scary for me.
is extremely scary.
It
I would
sounds
say
like the perfect one for me.
that game, I would put that up there with my other scary game, which is this game and Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame was also scary to me to the point I couldn't really play it. I had to like kind of put it down.
And
So
what makes this so scary?
in this game, you are a soldier that's called to a station in space where they were digging somewhere and they came across this monolith. But whatever they were doing to this monolith, what they didn't realize is this monolith had was infused with evil. So
I mean,
the
that looks pretty
monolith.
evil.
Yeah. So the monolith, once they started digging in it and everything like that, it of course it infected everyone. But
Look
not
at
only
this.
did it affect everybody, it released creatures. And the creatures are horrific. And this is not your standard shoot 'em up game. You have to have skill to shoot these creatures. They have to be dismembered.
Wow.
So you're given like certain guns, and when they're coming after you, and it's at a rapid pace, when they're coming after you, you have to actually dismember their arms, their head, their legs, and you are by yourself. It is by far one of the most scariest games I've ever played.
It's one of the games that I've tried to play and put down out of like fear because I just wasn't into it. It was
it's intense.
Those are the things that we're seeing now.
Yes.
Those are the things you have to dismember.
Yes. Those things.
It looks a little bit like Alien.
It is in a way, but I think by far more scarier.
Really?
Because you're going to come across some creatures that you've never seen in your life before.
Oof.
They're horrific.
I think it would be right up your alley.
I think you would like it. August, I think you would like it.
Oh, I'm into this. Yes, this is definitely something I will download and watch.
But you will have to put it down every once in a while because it is intense.
So let's move on to something that was just brought up by Annebelle. Something called Until Dawn.
Yes.
Tell me about Until
Tell us
Dawn.
about that one.
Are either of you familiar with it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, imagine that you get to play a horror flick and you get to make decisions in a horror flick.
Okay.
Group of friends go out to a ski resort. So this is a little bit of like adventure, but it's not so much about the actual gameplay as it is making decisions throughout the game. And there's a ton of different endings, a ton of different people that survive and die depending on your choices you make. And the story is different in so many ways.
Wow.
Ooh.
And it's a PlayStation exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. But this was a sleeper hit for me. I can't believe I had almost missed it tonight, because when I played this game, it's amazing. It's got killers, it's got some haunted stuff, it's got some monsters, and you can pick who lives and dies. Well, hopefully, if you make the right decisions.
Is this a multiplayer?
No, it's a single player game.
Really?
And you could play through it in maybe 2 to 3 hours of sitting down for one playthrough, but
And then you make different decisions the next time.
yeah, it's playing a movie is what it is.
Wow.
This looks fun to me.
Like if you're being chased by a monster and you try to kill them, you can either kill them, or if you don't kill them, then the story just splits right there and goes a different way. And it's an incredible game. It is scary, it's fun, it's campy.
Well, you just said all of my favorite
Yeah,
things.
I'm surprised that you haven't heard of this, Eddie, because this feels like a game that you would be all over on your PlayStation.
Oh yeah. So this is called Until Dawn. When did this come out?
I want to say I played it back in like 2015, so I'm had to have been around then.
Okay, so it's like 5 years old.
Yeah, it still feels current enough that it's not too slow.
I had to get that in here because that seems like an amazing, amazing fun time.
Yeah, that
And
does.
is it scary or is it just
I
interesting?
think it's both. I wouldn't say this is one of those games that you're going to be so scared that you can't play, but it definitely builds suspense at quite a few moments that have you on the edge of your seat.
Let me ask you, do the people of color die first in this, or does that depend on your decisions?
That depends on your decisions. So
Okay. Well,
protect those you hold dear.
are all the white people making really stupid decisions throughout?
I think we already know the answer to that
Are
one.
there any black characters?
I think there
That's a
are.
good, better
I
question.
haven't played it since I first played it maybe 5 years ago, but if I recall correctly, I believe there is. It's a totally fun game. Like
I'm always happy when I see black people in a game, when they're playing in like a horror game.
Yeah,
I'm happy because that's not something that you normally see, and they don't have the ability to survive in a lot of movies. So I'm happy when I see those characters.
It's true.
I don't know what that's about. I know that's part of the formula, but it's a bad idea.
You throw this on your winter playlist for sure. It's based in a snowy place too. This is the time of the year to play it.
Oh wow, I can't wait to see this.
Wouldn't that be fun if you could be the person of color making all the decisions? That would be amazing.
I do now.
Yes, you do. We're going to move on to something that I have heard of, called The Last of You.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Oops, I wrote you on my little notepad. The Last of Us.
So Annabelle, you played this game, right? I'm
Yes.
just starting to get involved in it.
I would say this is one of the first games that I played all the way through. I have a real big knack for not finishing games, but I played this one all the way through, and I even shed a tear a couple times, which is a rare one for me in video games. But
I've heard of this. Like I know that people, when this came out, people were really excited about it.
yeah, this is a masterpiece. The gameplay is fun, but the cutscenes and the story is an entirely other level. Like this is the most emotionally invested I've been in characters, and the world is beautiful. The attention to detail, the character relationships feel real,
What
and
is
it's
the
a zombie
storyline?
movie.
What's the storyline?
So it is a zombie movie, and the origin of the virus is a fungus. So if you breathe in the spores of the fungus, then you'll turn. And the plot is that he's trying to take this young girl to like this area because she appears to be immune. Yeah, spoiler alert. That's the first 30 minutes of the game, though. Don't worry. So he's trying to travel cross country, and you just see this version of the U.S. that's been overgrown and kind of reclaimed over 20 years of people not inhabiting it and people living in like martial law cities that's run by military. It's a really good game. I kind of want to replay it now just watching the trailer. And the second one came out recently as well, which is also a really good game.
And if you played the second one now?
I haven't finished it yet, but I've played a good portion of it. And it's first released for PS3.
How many games do you buy a year?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to share that number.
Is it more than 100?
I don't think it's more than 100.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a lot.
That's not too bad. Michael says that's a fantastic game. First release in PS3.
And yeah, it's been even remastered for PS4. And you can get it mega cheap now if you haven't played it.
Wow.
And the second one,
200 awards.
The second one just won Game of the Year too. So it's really good. Like the story is, I don't know, it just feels real. It feels like you're playing with real people in the game. And that's not something a lot of games really successfully do, right?
Well, I'm really happy that I screwed up the name. So Last of Us is the name.
Okay, and what's the next one that we have?
Well, the next one is something that I know is your favorite, Les.
Yes.
And Annebelle. And I know you guys play it a lot. And that's the famous Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Minecraft.
Oh, no.
So what I absolutely love about this game, and in August, Eddie, you introduced me to Friday the 13th, which we did not feature here this evening. But
the evening's not over yet. Wait for one other.
Okay. So this game is a survival horror game where you have to do skill sets in order to defeat the monster that's there or the enemy that's there. The enemy is interesting because they've taken villains from several films that we know of, from Friday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, Halloween. There's Michael Myers there. They call him the Shape.
Freddy.
Who?
Isn't it Freddy? Nightmare on Elm Street?
We got Freddy Krueger.
There.
We have the Texas Chainsaw guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Leatherface.
We have Leatherface. We have Scream. We have it's not Jigsaw, but it's his assistant with the pig head mask.
Right.
Oh, pig head mask guy.
Yeah. Pig head mask girl.
Yes. It is scary. It is scary.
And
the map,
gotta get my pig head pronouns right. What?
The maps are actually some that too. So you are on the map. You're on the map in Halloween. You know, and you can play characters. You could play Laurie Strode.
And the Demigorg from Stranger Things, and then you can play as Steve or Nancy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You are missing out on this, Eddie. You're missing out.
The deals that they've cut for different franchises is only part of what makes this game so special. But I think the gameplay is actually also really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I may have some time this weekend to set up my PS4 after the move. So I think I really have to get on this one.
And Hash, he's missing out too because we've asked Hash to play this game several times.
We should set up a group and record it.
Yeah, we definitely should. The game is really intense. It is not designed for you, the character that you're playing, to win the game. The killer usually wins a game, but it's so satisfying when you outsmart the killer. It's so
It's
satisfying.
basically like hide and seek.
Yes.
So the only way you can win as a survivor is to escape. You can't defeat the killer, and you have to turn on enough generators and open a gate to exit the map. But the killer's just trying to kill you the entire time.
I've definitely watched many a YouTube video of this particular game, and it not only is creepy, it has that creepy thing, and you're trying to do these things and not get caught by the killer, but it's really entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very.
first of all, the killer is faster. It feels faster than you.
And
They are.
faster than you.
They're much faster than you.
And you have to figure out how to like jump and dash and do this. And then when the killer gets you, they string you up on something. I can't tell what it is.
So it's a sacrificial hook.
And then you can get saved by someone else.
Right.
And then there's people, you get like a certain healing potion or something to heal you after you've been strung up.
Well, that's okay. So that's a perk that you can have.
Oh.
So you go through something called a blood web, where you gather perks after you accumulate points, and this blood web will allow you to have access to certain perks that can be beneficial for you and your survival. So what you're talking about is there's a self-heal perk that you can use.
And you can heal others too, right? You can heal others.
Yes, you can heal others. That I think everybody has that perk. You can heal somebody else.
Yeah, you can always heal someone else.
Yes. Some of the perks that you can have is that you run faster than everybody else, or that you revive once the gates are. So you have 5 generators within the game that you have to trip off, and that allows you to open up the exit gates. And you're not surviving yet once you trip these 5 generators, because now you still have to open the door, and the killer could be anywhere on the map. And sometimes killers have a heartbeat where you can hear their heartbeat and you know that they're close, or they'll have like some kind of theme music or something like that you know that they're close. But you can outsmart them. You can hide from them. You can go around them. They don't see you.
They don't catch me. I'm too good.
Well, yeah.
I have a feeling I will be dead immediately on this.
Well, you'll learn. You'll learn. You definitely will learn. You'll learn how to do things. Like I just learned something that I didn't know the other day. The other day. One of the perks that I love is that it's a perk where the killer doesn't hear the generator going off when you're trying to repair the generator. And if you miss a skill set on the generator, normally the generator explodes, so that it alerts the killer of your location.
Yeah.
But this thing quiets all your mistakes. So a couple of times when I've been playing against Freddy Krueger, you have like a time frame until you go into sleep mode, where he hears everything and he sees everything. You're in like nightmare mode.
He's also invisible in the game.
Yeah.
What?
It just appears out of nowhere. So I learned it's a skill set, and this is something I don't know, maybe don't know, but if I have that particular perk on, if I miss the skill set on the generator, it wakes me up. But he doesn't hear it. Normally, you have to go all the way to like an alarm clock to wake yourself up, and that could be way across the map, and you're losing time by running across the map trying to wake yourself up.
Is this a multiplayer game, or are you just playing on the same place with other people? Can you hear each other? Can you talk to them?
No. So you can only do hand signals.
Yes.
From your character. There's no voice chat. And that's
if you go into a party.
Yeah.
And you're all talking in the party.
So you have to like
distracting.
You have to somehow signal that you need someone to heal you or something like that.
They normally could tell when you need help.
Yeah, you can see if someone is injured.
Oh, okay.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. But you could point and you could say, come this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This sounds
well,
like fun.
It is
It's a
so
lot of
much
fun.
fun. It is an
Excellent
amazing
game.
game.
I'm obsessed.
Speaking of obsessed, oh my God, this next one. I bought my PS4 when it came out just to play this game. And this game is Friday the 13th, the game.
Oh my goodness.
It's amazing. Don't even deny how amazing it is. It's amazing. And you know what? For me, what's amazing about this? First of all, the graphics are incredible.
Who is
What
that?
I don't know. I think his name is Fred. So he's a Fred chops down trees, so he's always walking around with an axe, and he plays hockey a lot.
He has no eyeballs.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not a.
Well.
This is a
Hey,
mature,
it's a mature game, and it's very
mature
typical
game.
of the movies.
Yes, and so that's what I was saying. Thank you for getting me back on track. I'm so distracted by watching this trailer.
All I remember when playing this game with Les was that I died every single time.
Yeah. Because he doesn't die.
No,
He
he
doesn't
does.
die.
He does not die.
So the whole thing is that you have to survive getting away from him. And
That's
of
right.
course he has all these magical abilities that he always has in the movies. So it's hard to kind of sometimes survive this game. You either have to wait for the police to come and get you, or you have to drive off in a car.
Oof.
But before you drive off in the car, you got to put the gas in the car, find the keys to the car, and by that time, he's found you.
And then the person you just saw, Tommy Jarvis, comes back. Someone who has died earlier in the game comes back as Tommy Jarvis to try and save the day. And Tommy has some extra energy against trying to kill this guy. You can actually kill Jason, but you have to do it with the group of people who are working together. There's very rarely can you do it together. But the thing that I love about this game is that you have a group of sometimes random people or sometimes your friends, and you all have to work together to escape Jason. And one person, when you go into the lobby, one person is randomly chosen to be Jason. And everyone else is the cheesiest, most annoying counselor, teenage counselor, horny, ridiculous teenage counselor wearing skimpy outfits, just absolute fodder for Jason. This is, and Hash really likes the booty shorts. So you have to work together to get out of here. Now, the funny part about it is you can also kill each other. You can also rat each other out. Jason is onto you. He has these extra senses that he can appear and try and kill you right away. And of course, he's Jason, so he never dies. Except if you hit him enough in a certain way, you'll tear off his mask. And then once you tear off his mask, if you have the machete and you hit him in a certain way, you can kill Jason.
What?
You can kill Jason.
No, you can't.
Yes,
nobody
you
can kill Jason.
You can kill Jason in this game. Yes, you can. So you either escape by waiting out the time period, or going to the cops, or you kill Jason, and that's the most fun. Now, the tragic part of this game was that there was a lawsuit that was brought to the people who own the franchise of Friday the 13th. Were actually from those people saying to cease and desist doing this game. And so they had to stop production on this game. And it has such a huge fan base. It is so, you know that the people who created this game have a love for every part of the Friday the 13th series. They are so dedicated to every detail. And it's just so sad that they can't continue to do this because it was a fan favorite. So I had to spend some time talking about Friday the 13th because it was my complete obsession, I have to say, for a good 6 to 8 months of my life. And I might have actually gone to the game room of the place that I worked for a moment and played every lunch period. I might have done that. I don't know.
Wait,
So
we had a game room?
not at, this was a
Oh,
previous job.
oh, at a previous job.
This is a
Okay.
Send
previous
this
job.
guy straight to the top. Management potential.
He's a great manager.
I was hoping, I was like, please nobody come in here because it was obviously a mature game. So I was like, uh-oh. But
know-
I was I just threw caution to the wind because it was Friday the 13th. I had to play this game. The other thing I need to mention, I grew up in Connecticut where they filmed Friday the 13th Part 2. And it was so cool to like see you actually play on the in the area where they filmed Friday the 13th Part 2, and I used to play there as a kid, so that was freaking amazing. That was amazing.
And
That's awesome.
Eddie actually got us. We won a lottery to go to Camp Crystal Lake.
Oh, Camp Nobi Bosco.
Yes, we actually won the
Sco.
lottery to go.
Yes,
I
we
think we
did.
won right before COVID hit. We were going to
Yep.
go and experience Camp Crystal Lake.
And that's the camp where they filmed the first movie. And
Yeah.
You know, they say it's based on a true story there.
I've never heard that. No. And all the documentaries I've watched about Friday the 13th.
I was just trying to drum up some drama.
Oh, okay. It was inspired by Halloween though, which had come out and was really popular at the time. So that brings us to our very last game that we're going to talk about, and this is the game that came out 3 days ago that we started to talk about.
This is the game we started. Oh, we already talked about Cyberpunk.
We already talked about we have nothing more to say about Cyberpunk.
No.
Damn. Okay, then we're gonna end with Friday the 13th because Friday the 13th was just a masterpiece. So it's there's nothing that can surpass Friday the 13th. Oh, by the way, it was so glitchy that there's actual compilation videos of all the crazy glitches on Friday the 13th. It is hilarious. Hilarious.
What are some of the? Oh, so we have to find that one day. There's just all the glitches that have occurred.
Oh, there's ridiculous glitches like you hit somebody in a certain way and then your character just flies off the map and into the solar system.
That's crazy.
It's hilarious. Sometimes you're riding in the car and all of a sudden your character gets shoved on top of the
You know
car,
what?
but you're still driving.
That definitely happened to me one of the times I played. I like fell into the void of somewhere.
Well, that's because they weren't patching the game because they didn't have the rights to do it.
It's a shame.
That's the thing with everything that happened. We
Oh,
need to follow
totally.
up on that lawsuit and figure out what happened.
Oh yes, I am definitely following all the different handles and
But the game is
websites
still,
that follow
the game
that.
is still popular. A lot of people still play the game, so it
Oh
still
yeah,
has a fan base. But anyway.
yeah, right here, of
Yeah,
course.
Of course.
So, is there any other games that we missed?
Well, we missed a lot of games that we probably couldn't feature in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go down that whole rabbit hole of
It's
our favorite
never-ending.
board games, and maybe we'll come back and revisit that.
And I would love to hear from anyone watching if we missed a game that you think we should have talked about.
Mhm.
I would love to hear it. And if I haven't played it, give it a play.
Oh, totally.
Yes, definitely.
And then there was that game that where you're the ghost hunter that Annebelle just brought us through.
Oh, the Phasmophobia. Yeah.
Phasmophobia,
Yep.
which was so not scary at all.
When Let's Get the Gaming Laptop, we can play that together.
See that? We're definitely going to do that.
All right, I'm texting Santa again. This is getting too much.
You should get one too, as well, Eddie.
I will definitely do that. I have been checking out Amazon for all of their sales. Les?
So we are almost coming to the hour
Uh-huh.
that of course, we have to end.
Yep.
We will be back next week. We have very special guests with us next week. The cast from the movie The Arrangement. I'm really excited about that. Um,
And
Once a
we
month, we
watched the
always feature.
arrangement. We
Yes,
watched the
we did
arrangement
watch
this
it. We
past
did watch
week.
it,
Yeah.
and we really liked it. We really liked
Mhm.
it. So we have a lot of questions. If you want to keep yourself ahead of our broadcast that we're going to do on the 18th, please go and watch The Arrangement and tell us what you think about it and have some questions ready for the director and the producer. So I'm really excited when we have special guests on the show. Like always, we want to end and wrap up our show with our missing persons report. Um, we are featuring specifically a gentleman by the name of Felix Batista. Felix, according to the FBI report, um, he was he well this says that he was his birth date used is May the 11th, 1955. He has gray closely trimmed hair. He's 5'11. He's a Cuban or Hispanic Caucasian. He was born in Oriente, Cuba. His eyes are brown, and he has a bald spot in the back of his head. Let me see if I can bring this up a little bit closer. I don't know if I can. Can you see that? So
Yeah, that's a
Batista
little
is known
better.
to play guitar and sing. He was a former United States Army major and worked for a security consulting group. Batista was also considered a specialist in anti kidnapping issues and worked as a kidnapping negotiator.
Hmm.
The details of his case are that he was last seen on December the 10th, 2008, outside a local restaurant in Saltillo, Mexico. That morning, Batista learned that his friend and former chief of security for a local industrial firm had been kidnapped. Batista began working as a negotiator to secure the victim's release. While at the restaurant, Batista received a call from the victim who told Batista that he had been released and was sending a car for him. That was later determined to be a ruse. Batista left his cell phone, credit cards, laptop, and all his documents inside the restaurant and went outside to wait. Witnesses reported that Batista was met by four men in a vehicle and was forced to enter the Jeep. He has not been seen since or heard from since. There has not been any ransom demand or communication from the group that took him. The victim was released about an hour after Batista was taken. Interesting. So, of course, they're asking that if you are or know anybody his whereabouts, they're asking that you to reach out to the American Embassy in Mexico or to the FBI department in Miami. Anyway, you can do this anonymously. This is somebody's, brother, husband, friend, obviously a very good friend if he was negotiating for another friend. If you know anything about his whereabouts, anything that would lend some information to the case, please reach out to the FBI. We'll see you next week, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, here on the Tingling Tea. Have a wonderful